Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Cocktails with Nikki. Today we have Donna Hendricks. Donna, hi. Hey, Donna, can you see me?
No, I can't. Can you see me?
No, could see you before. Let's try this again.
Okay, wait, I think
No,
we're good. I think. Let me see.
no, I cannot see you. Uh, let's, that's so bizarre. I can hear you. I mean, I would love to just do this interview and see your face, but if we can only
Okay, can
talk.
you see me now?
Oh, yeah. What happened? What was that?
I don't know what happened.
Welcome, welcome. So,
Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. So thank you for having me on
thank you. So,
Cocktails with Nikki. And I'm
yes,
prepared. I have my cocktail. Do you?
I love it. So, I know you as Donna Hendricks, but you're also known as Extra is my ordinary. So, can you tell everyone what that is?
Absolutely. So extra is my ordinary. Really, it's me. And I created that into a platform. So when I say it's me, it really is my brand and my brand is me. So ever since I was like knee high to a grasshopper, everyone would say, girl, you are so extra. So, and unfortunately, I didn't always hear it in a positive way. Sometimes it was positive, and then sometimes it came across in a not necessarily negative, but in a way where you could tell people didn't really know how to take it.
Right.
So when I was thinking that I wanted to have a blog, I wanted to have a platform to really be able to reach people on a larger scale, on a deeper level. I
Okay.
said, well, what would that name be? And I said, you know what? It's me. And extra is my ordinary. And then the tagline is living life unapologetically. And that's what, by the grace of God, I'm able to do at this point in my life. So that's kind of where it came from.
Great. So, is there a website where anyone can find out more about your brand?
Yes, and I try to thank you for asking. I try to keep it simple. So it's really extraismyordinary.com. And then you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, extraismyordinary.com. And I'm pleased to say that this is also my first, intellectual property. So I'm happy about that.
Oh, I love it. I'm sorry. I'm gonna move around. I ran 6 miles today, and I am so sore, you guys. Like,
Amazing. I wish I had that problem. I
I
did
think
not run 6 miles today.
I need to stretch during this call. Oh my God, I can't even sit in Indian style. Like, I need to stretch.
Stretch, girl. I'm gonna stretch with
Sorry
you.
about that, you guys.
You know what I've been doing? You ran 6 miles and I wrote like a 10-page paper. So
Oh, what
I
did you
probably need to be stretching my fingers.
what was your paper about?
The paper was on a case study that I had to create and then set up a whole scenario and apply a theory to it. So I'm in a master's program
Oh
for
wow,
marriage and family therapy, and I'm a licensed student therapist.
I did not know that. So, not only does Donna have her own brand called Extra is My Ordinary, but she's also Carter's tutor, among other things. Like, I also feel like you're an event planner, um,
Yes, yes.
blogger, uh,
Uh-huh.
you're everything. So, can we talk about each of those properties?
Yeah, I can. And I like the way that you said it. And I love that you said it with a smile on your face
Mhm.
because I feel like in this society, oftentimes, when people hear that you do so many things, they're like, they got their eye, they one eye closed and open on you. And, sometimes I feel like because of that, many people don't have the opportunity to explore all of them because they're busy thinking like people are going to judge that. So I feel like I was able to like bust down that door and really look at myself in the mirror and just think to myself, what are your skills, what do you like to do, and how can you use that and live and be happy, right? That's all we want to do. So I realized that everything that was in me that I wanted to do, I just decided to do it. So the tutoring, I'll start with tutoring. The tutoring started with I'm an educator, so I have a degree in education and English, and I'm a certified teacher in the state of New Jersey, K through 12. So that's where, that was a no-brainer. I left the classroom and I still love children. I still enjoy being an educator. So I decided to just continue tutoring. And I still need to make money. So um and then, like you said, event planner. So I have been planning events, right, with one of my best friends for many years. And planning is really a passion of mine. And when you know that you would do something for free and it makes you happy,
Right.
that's how you know, like, that's something that you should be doing. So I realized that even when I was teaching, when I was in the classroom, I would really spend most of my time planning events. I ran a club. I was a co-founder of a club with one of my colleagues, Jen De Silva, and I enjoyed that. So I realized that I was putting just as much effort into all of these outside extracurricular things, planning, as I was into teaching. So I couldn't really deny that part of me. And I couldn't sustain doing one over the other because I was always like being told to do, the things that I love. So I lean into it. I think I found a way to kind of manage my time better because I no longer have a full-time job. So I can decide how many projects I want to work on at a time.
Well, it's definitely about time management. Um, so tutoring, teaching, event planning, you have your brand Extra is My Ordinary. That
Mhm.
now, do you offer any services on that website?
Yes, so I also use my skills to really empower other people. And the skills really where I feel that I have reached a level in my life where I feel I can give back and truly teach someone else is in the form of really financial literacy. I do styling, so I'm a wardrobe stylist. I really enjoy helping people to find their style because a lot of people feel that sometimes they confuse fashion with style.
Mhm.
And that's not the case, right? Style, and I get a lot of compliments like, "Oh, you look nice, and that looks so good on you." And I feel like I've learned to dress for my body type. I've learned to dress for things that make me feel comfortable and that accentuate what I want to accentuate. And that really makes a huge difference instead of, you going into a store and if you're a size 20, you just buy what's on the size 20 rack because they said it's there. It's like,
Right.
no, it's really taking the time to figure out, well, what works for you, what colors work for you. So I offer that service, and I do virtual styling, and I offer like
So
a
explain this color purple. Is this synonymous with royalty? Tell us why you chose purple today.
I chose this shirt purple because really that's what I'm feeling. So, Nikki, the thing is, right, that I really listen to myself. So I wake up in the morning and I listen to every part of my body. I'm like, what do I need today? Right? I posted something on Facebook and said, what do you need today, queen? Right? And that's how I talk to myself. And that's what I felt. I said that I wanted to rep my brand, and I am going to be having a purple shirt. There's a little bit of a this just in um soon. So this is kind of like a sneak
I
peek, a
love it.
teaser
I love it.
for the merch. Yeah. So and purple is royalty, and it's my favorite color. So
I know. So
yeah.
besides teaching, event planning, your brand, do you have any other businesses?
Do I have any
Other businesses.
other businesses? Yes. So on my through Extras My Ordinary, I've merged them actually, so it's really one, but I offer credit restoration and services. That's kind of like a side business to Extras My Ordinary. But on Extras My Ordinary, they can click a link for budgeting. So over the pandemic, I actually was able to team up with another amazing individual. Her name is Yamilsa Robach, and she has a platform, Yami Talk. And she's a life coach, and she has a doctor, and she's just has so much life experience. And she really felt compelled to really bring financial literacy to her platform, and she included me. So I was very grateful for that collaboration, and because of that, we did a budgeting class, and we did two of them, and it was free. And we realized that a lot of people, there was a great need for that budgeting component. A lot of people don't know how to budget, and it's a strength of mine. And also, maintaining good credit is a strength. So I just kind of merged those two and joined a company that afforded me to help people in that way as well.
Okay, so would you say you work Monday through Sunday? Do you take days off? You seem to have a lot going on. How do you manage your time and when do you have some downtime?
Okay, so that's a good question. So I definitely feel like I take time off. I'll start there. I'm really committed. I call myself like a self-care queen. So I'm kind of committed to self-care. And I realized, I think teaching really helped me to realize how to do time management
Okay.
and really realized how I was able to realize how what I want to do to perform to be my best. So whenever I feel like I'm not able to do my best or I'm starting to dislike something that I know in my heart that I love, I know that right, I need a little bit of time off. So I don't work Monday through Sunday at all. I schedule students around my schedule. So most students during the pandemic, I started seeing students in the daytime,
Mhm.
which I had never done before
Yeah.
because, students are in school and I would see them at night. So I really didn't schedule any students before 11 a.m.
Mhm.
because I like to wake up slowly. I
Right.
like to wake up with intention and I do like to get a walk in, some sort of exercise in, or even on the days when I don't do it, just make sure that I thought about getting a walk in. I'm kidding. But no, I try to do like some stretching or do something physical before 10 a.m.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what are some of your tips for time management to some of our audience that is tuning in? How do you manage your time?
Yeah, so time management is a strength. So that's a great question, Nikki. I don't think I've ever thought how to teach it to someone, although I have a daughter and she's 19 and I drill time management to her all the time. But what I would say is the first thing is to probably write things down. It's really hard to hold a lot of information in your head and a lot of things in your head, even though we think we can do that. And I think we can do it for a certain amount of time and then it leaves. So I feel like writing things down is a large component to time management. And then I also think it's being realistic with how much time you can give something. So it's really nice to have that visual, like, okay, I have 5 things on here. And that's just not going to work, right? But if you have 5 things in here and you don't see it, you think it could work. So I think really having that visual of seeing it and putting how many hours next to it, I do that. So I know sometimes it's really funny. The whole day will go by, and you're a mom, you probably know this too. And it's like, what did I do today? I went to the gym, I drove to get a smoothie, I came home, it's 3 o'clock, I'm gonna tutor. And what did I do today? I tutored one student and went to the gym. Time is fleeting.
Oh my God, so the gyms are open in New Jersey?
No, no, no. I mean, under normal circumstances. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Like if I had to drive, to the gym. Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, I didn't get that memo.
I
I,
think they're opening though. I saw an email saying that they're opening like next week.
yes, yes. I have to order my clean wraps and this mask that one of my gym buddies told me about. I don't know if it'll work.
Okay.
It
Wow. Tell me about that when you get it.
Oh, yeah, I'll send you a link. So, do you kind of compare your time management skills to your financial budgeting skills? Is it the same tactics as far as like writing things down and instead of assigning a time, you're assigning a number? Can you explain the correlation between those two?
Absolutely. I think they're definitely correlated. And I think probably the component there is discipline. I feel like I'm a disciplined person under most circumstances. I feel like every time I say like I'm a something, there's like something's gonna defy that. Like you're organized, and then I will leave here and forget to do 2 things. So I try not to put these titles and labels on myself. But I am just more disciplined than in some areas than others, right? So I do believe with budgeting and with time, that's an area I have for some reason, I guess the way that my brain works, I am able to literally see time, right? I'm able to just, for me, it's easy for me to kind of, this was 10 o'clock. So I literally did everything back today. Okay, I need to stop typing my paper by 6. I need to be in the shower by 8. I need to set up my station.
Prepping at 7 o'clock, and I'm thinking, oh no, that's early. Lord knows where I'm going to be at 7 o'clock.
Yeah, so that I think that's just the discipline piece, and I also think that I know that I definitely apply that with my money too. So with budgeting, my husband and I, we have a crazy spreadsheet that I created nonetheless. And everything's on there. I can account for every penny, every dollar. And yeah, and I love like just sitting and counting my money and seeing money in savings, even if it's $2. It's fun for me.
I love it. So Ace Williams says, thanks for the informational live. We definitely need more advice regarding financial literacy. So what
Hmm.
is the first step to financial literacy?
The first step to financial literacy is really reaching out to me. And it's gaining information, right? So honestly, you can gain information through picking up a book. But to be quite honest, people who feel like it's not a strength for them, they're intimidated to really start on their own. So I'm a tutor, and I always tell people when I need help in an area, I reach out, right? So I help students because that's an area that they need support. When I go to the gym, I pay a personal trainer because I need help in that area. So again, with financial literacy, reach out to somebody and just start. And that's really how it starts. So on my end with Extra is My Ordinary, you can, book me for a consultation, a budgeting consultation, and you can also not hire me, but use my services and become a customer for the credit. And really, I say credit because that's what people are most interested in, but it's really 12 services that you're getting. So it's a whole financial literacy piece. And I'm still learning. So I know that it's a good product when I haven't tapped out at my skill level yet, because I like to be in a place of learning.
So I have two questions for you regarding financial literacy as it relates to credit. Is it better to file credit disputes online or in writing?
In writing. In
Okay.
writing. And really, again, this is a financial literacy piece. If I say in writing, you still don't know what that means. So it's really getting someone, and for when you use my services, our attorneys work on your behalf. So they have the language, and that's very important when you're dealing with legal matters, to have the language, or you're just going to be going in circles with something that really could, take a lot less time if you do it the right way or in a more effective way.
Understood. My other question related to financial literacy as it relates to credit is it better to pay all your balances off or leave a 20% balance on your cards?
Definitely try not to pay everything off, or really get in the habit of paying off and using it. So it's not like a hard answer. The rule of thumb is really 30%. 20% is even better. But say you have two cards and you use one and you pay it off, next week. Don't leave it empty for too long. Go ahead and use it again and then have a plan to pay it off. So that's what I do. And that's some of the things that I teach in the budgeting consultation. Really those tricks and tips, so that it's really it's, when they say like competition is a game between, like, it's between you and you. Same thing with budgeting, right? You're just playing a little game with your money to make it work for you, because credit is like the biggest scam that America has, to be quite honest. But you have to play the game in order to make it work for you.
Understood. So I love it. So what are some of the success stories you've had relating to your credit repair business?
Okay, good. So I guess I'll start with right in my home circle. So I had my mom sign up, and I also had my husband sign up, simply because my mom, it was really, when you sign up for the services, there's a little 5-question quiz, right? And she could not answer those 5 questions on the first try. And these were basic questions pertaining to credit. So now she's being empowered through this service. So for me, that's a win, because I love empowering people, no matter. My mom is 71. Is 70. I think she's 70. And she just had her birthday. She's 70, and she is getting empowered through the service. Her credit score is going up through the service.
Is she
My
really
husband and what's that?
71? Does she still need credit at 71?
She probably doesn't need it, but I think that there's something really special about staying relatives, staying relevant, seeing growth in your life, even at any age, even if you don't use it, right? So I still think that that's like she sees that I have her seeing a personal trainer too. Does she need to like get in shape at 70? No. But I think it's nice that she starts to see herself like you just see growth. You see like how your body can change. You see little wins. I think all of those things bring about hope, especially when people are probably closer to the end of their life than not.
Oh, wow, that's a good point. And then the success story with your husband. Tell us
Oh
about.
yeah, with my husband. So my husband and I had been, well, we still are house hunting for our second home, and we want to turn this one into an income property. And our credit is really good, right? So we have almost 800 scores. However, my credit was lower. I'm sorry, my credit was better than his. And they take the lower score. So I said, oh, heck no. I said, you're going to join this? I signed him up immediately. I'm like, babe, you need to sign up, get the credit score up, because I wanted him to either match my score or, supersede it so that they could use whatever the higher score would end up being. And we checked and his score like went up about 50 points from where it was. So that's a success story. So I'm really interested to see how the rate is going to change for our pre-approval and, once we go through that process.
Great. So how can people find more information about your credit repair services?
So they can actually email me at donna@extraismyordinary.com. You can follow me on Instagram at stylishdonna1. I put every Friday, I try to post a financial literacy post. And under that post, there's also my phone number. So you can message me. You can send me a message on social media. So I think there are a lot of ways to find me if you really want to get started. So
I love it. So how important is it teaching your students about financial literacy?
my students,
Yes.
not so much my students actually. Oh, so I teach, adults really financial literacy. So in a classroom setting, I'm an English teacher. So that doesn't really come up there.
Okay.
But with teaching my daughter and then with teaching any clients that, might book me for that service, it's really important. I'm very passionate about it and it's really interesting. I didn't realize how passionate I was about it until I started doing it. Sometimes that happens too. And I realized that I want to empower people no matter what I set out to do. That's usually the driving force behind it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling you, once you have your money under control, even if you're managing $10, you feel good about yourself. You feel empowered. And so I really try to hold that and sell that message to them. And they end up texting me. I get texts like, oh my God, I'm so proud of myself. I feel good. I remember, Nikki, I was a single mom. I shared that with you before I got married. And there was one point where I didn't have good credit and I had to go into credit consumer counseling and, really build my credit up and my finances up from the ground. And I remember I didn't feel good about myself. Of course, I knew my self-worth, but I didn't feel as good as I could have felt in all areas of my life. So that's just another area where when I wake up in the morning and I leave my house and my head is high, it's high from multiple number of reasons, not just because I look good.
I love it. The reason why I asked you about your students, because I think it's important for young kids to understand the importance of saving and credit and investing. So maybe perhaps that's something that you can intertwine into some of your tutoring.
Yes.
Just the importance of it and the, knowledge about what it is rather than waiting to, until you graduate from high school to learn about finance.
I absolutely agree with that. And you know what? I think you're going to inspire me to do like a virtual workshop for teens or something. So thank you.
Carter's age, so they can understand, how to qualify for, credit card. And oh my God, Chadwick Boseman dies.
What?
Colon cancer. Wow.
Oh my goodness. May he rest in peace. I'm very sorry to hear that. Wow.
Panther. Wow.
This year has been a doozy. And there's so much grief, like there's just so much, a lot of people are grieving. A lot of people are grieving.
I noticed that today when I was talking to someone.
Yeah.
And I think oftentimes we keep ourselves so busy. I know at least I do, to the point where we just don't kind of acknowledge what's going on around us, which is another form of just coping. It's not
Yeah.
necessarily the most healthy way to deal with life. But many of us work ourselves to death so we don't have to think about what's going on right now.
True.
And
Yeah.
you have those weekends when you don't have much going on and you're like, oh, wow, this is what's going, this is
Yeah.
what's happening right now.
I agree with that. And that's so real, Nikki. And I feel like I always teeter on focusing on my life, right? And versus focusing on, the media and everything that's going on. I feel like it's such a fine line because I want to make sure that I'm remaining compassionate and empathetic, but I'm also not being I'm not discrediting like all the good things that I have going on and not being able to be grateful for what's going on in my life. So I feel like it's a fine line for me. And I really try to like feel. So I remember I put that on my vision board actually, that I wanted to be able to feel, because I think it's easy, like you were saying, to just go with the flow, roll with the punches, and not really feel everything. But so I'm not an empath. I am empathetic, but I have high intuition, so I do feel a lot of things. So
Mhm.
I think it's important for me to like honor what I'm feeling, process it. So it's a lot. So I feel like I manage my energy, not just my time, but manage my energy, and that's like almost a full-time job.
Yeah, I definitely feel like I'm about managing my energy as well. And then lately I've been investing in like flowers and like aromatherapy and just kind of
Good.
create an environment where I feel good and I
Mhm.
smell good things. And of course, eating healthy and just staying focused and definitely, practicing time management and not giving my personal energy to everyone. And it is working for me. But
That's good. That's awesome.
you
That
have to
when you
and
say
acknowledge
that,
at the same time you have to step back and acknowledge sometimes what's going on outside, like the March on Washington, the
yes,
the death of the gentleman or the paralyzation of the
Mr.
gentleman,
Blake.
yeah, in Wisconsin, which is crazy.
It's
um
it's yeah, it's really sad, and those things hurt my spirit as a Black woman in America. It's sad. And I never want to stop feeling sad about it, because the minute I stop feeling sad, I feel like, okay, yeah, it's just enough. I never want to get to that point, right? And it's hurtful. It, and we have to process all of those feelings. I talk to a lot of people on a regular basis. I'm a big extrovert, Nikki, in case you hadn't noticed. So I end up talking to a lot of people, messaging a lot of people, interacting with people, and in turn I get to hear a lot of I get to hear a lot of how people feel, and it's hard to hear how people are feeling on a regular basis. Sad. It's almost like one day, life is good, and then it's this hard stop. It's not even like, I mean, it's a traumatic, hard stop, and like whisk you into reality again.
yeah,
That, oh yeah, hold up, you're Black and this is America, right? It's like a check. And it's hard to your energy bounces all over the place. And so I think, like you were saying, self-care is super important, because you have to be selfish with you. You have to go into self-preservation mode for
mhm,
as long as you need to, so
mhm.
you can fill up, so that you can go ahead and feel again, right? And continue to feel that. So I feel like that's just a cycle, at
Yeah,
least for me.
I think you're able to do many things because you are strategic about your energy, your finances, um, your goals.
Yeah.
You're in a master's program, you have multiple income streams, and you're not necessarily overwhelmed. You plan, right? And I think
Yeah.
that so many people don't understand that you can do so many things. You just have to practice time management. It's no different than me going to the high school I went to and taken different courses, whether it be European history, Spanish, dance, swimming, like
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
based on time management,
Mhm.
classes within a certain time and consistency, doing it over and over again until you mastered it. And I don't think people understand that they can actually map out their lives the same way and live very full lives. And I'm hoping that by watching these live streams and hearing from women like you and others, that people can kind of overcome that fear and have this I can do it attitude rather than I
Mhm.
can't or we're doing too much. It's been a pleasure having you on tonight. I don't
Thank you so much.
I don't want to keep you for too long. Carter wants to play Uno.
Of course. Carter loves playing. She's such a doll.
Oh my gosh. I took her to get her hair straightened today by Gabrielle Corney, and she was in there
Ooh.
singing JoJo Seawall and like Steven Universe. Such a
Ooh.
personality, that one. Always likes to play.
Yes. Well, that's how it should be. That I feel like that's a privilege that, it's amazing. She is young and she's a kid and that's how it should be. So that's a good thing.
Carter! Hi. Carter!
Hi, Donna.
Hi, how are you, Carter?
Good.
You're adorable. Wait, this is a new hairstyle. I love your hairstyle.
Wait, are you just making? Wait, what do you have on top of that?
On top of what? My head, my little turban.
Yeah.
It's a head wrap.
Why?
Well, because I didn't feel like combing my hair for the life. That's the truth.
Well, why? Well, can your hair grow back?
Yeah, my hair is growing. Yeah.
One
Your
time,
hair is really pretty.
one time I saw a picture of you having locks, right?
Yes, you did. Yeah. So those were like, faux. So they weren't real. So I try a lot of different styles.
Well, she just wanted to say hi. Bye, Carter.
No,
Bye, Carter.
you.
What do you say?
Talk to her for a few more minutes and then you have to
You
go.
want to talk for a few more minutes. So how are those LOL dolls?
Good.
Good. Okay. So guess what, Carter? Wait, let me tell you this funny story. So I have another client, another student that I see after you. Remember I told you that?
Uh-huh.
And you remember I had the LOL doll virtual background? So I forgot to take it off for the student. And I was sitting with a middle schooler with the LOL dolls background. And he was like, what is that? So that was my funny story, Carter.
That was such a nice touch. I appreciated that.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
All right, we're gonna go now. She wants to play Uno. Please don't touch the computer.
Enjoy. Thank you so much. I'm honored to have been on your platform.
Yes.
And again, extraismyordinary.com.
All right.
Bye.